Hello, my name is Ben Lee, and today we're going to look at sending and receiving serial commands with an SI2. In order to test functionality, my device editor is going to be connected through a TSI1, and I'm going to send serial strings using the USB to serial adapter that came with the WaveLinx wired kit. I also have a 9-pin D sub male to female connector as an extension. So the first thing we're going to need to do is determine the COM port that's being used by the USB adapter. So I'm going to go to Device Manager, which is in Control Panel. We scroll down the list, we should see that the drivers are installed for the USB converter. Now, you will need to go into Advanced and check off Load VCP so a COM port will actually get assigned to the adapter. You can then view that COM port by going to Ports, COM, and LTP, and you can see my adapter got COM port number 4. The SI2 accepts a number of standard strings. Those strings include selecting scene, setting channel to level, saving scene. Those default strings and how to formulate them are outlined in the instruction manual, as well as the pinout for the 9-pin D sub connector. The software that I'm going to use to send and receive serial strings from the SI2 is called Termite. So I've opened the SI2, and the first thing that we want to make sure of here on the General tab, we want to select Properties, and we want to set our baud rate, parity, stop bit, handshaking, and data bits based on what we were given by the integrator. Within Termite, we'll go into Settings, and we will set the COM port, which was 4 in my case. We'll set the baud rate, data bit, stop bit, parity to match. You're also going to want to select append CR-LF. And what that does is it's going to go ahead and put a carriage return at the end of every string that you send. So the SI2 does want to see a carriage return at the end of all of it, the strings that it receives. So now we'll go ahead and select OK. So Termite is connected, and it's asking me to go ahead and type in a string. So the most common string I would say that we use is probably select scene. So I am going to type at SS, which is select scene 1, followed by colon A10, so that's select scene 1, area 10. Then I'm going to select colon F03, which is fade in 3 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and clear the CAN monitor, and then I'm going to hit enter. And you can see we issued this string, and across the CAN monitor, scene 1 was selected in area 10. The SI2 also echoes any scene that was activated. So for example, if I called area 101 and called scene 2, so scene 2 was issued. So you can see over here in Termite, that scene was echoed. You can also set up custom input and output strings by going to the Strings tab. Here we have input action and input string, as well as output action and output string. Input strings and input actions work together, and output actions and output strings work together. So the input string is the message that's going to come from the integrator. The input action is what we're going to assign that string to do. So for example, when 123 is sent to the SI2, we could call area 1 scene 1. The output action is the command that we are going to issue to get the SI2 to output a specific string. So, for example, we could have a scene command, area 100 scene 1, cause the SI2 to output raise shades. How to set up input actions, input strings, output actions, and output strings will be covered in another video.